welcome in Jim at this point. How you doing there, Jim?
Man, I saw a couple great games at Heinz Field.
You sure did, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, great.
Yeah.
Maybe you're the problem.
Perhaps
Must have been
you
my
are.
fault, yeah.
Got some sun, though.
Well, I helped Pitt.
Yeah, you did. You got a haircut, got some sun,
I
looking
did.
good, looking
Yeah.
lean and mean here.
I'm ready. Yeah.
So it is. Let's have a serious discussion about the quarterback. First, let's hear from the quarterback, though. Can he lead this team out from this darkness?
But it's got to start with me. I'm not gonna point the fingers at anybody else. I'll point the thumb at myself and try and get it figured out. I'm a little stumped by it. I'm frustrated. I'm hurt. I hate losing. I'm never going to quit and give up. And I think it's just it's frustrating because I know the work that we all put in, and myself and the other guys and Coach Canada and the other coaches. We're busting our butt. We're having great days of practice. We're having great walkthroughs, good meetings. So just hope at some point it clicks for us.
Okay. All right. Now, Ben Roethlisberger's getting paid too much for what he's putting out. That's my opinion here.
No,
Also, my opinion is this, that this organization, they had a back and forth with Ben Roethlisberger in the offseason, and they said, yeah, we really don't have anybody that's banging down the door, but we got somebody that maybe can play. But if you're willing to play at a reduced rate, we'll welcome you back. I mean, I think anybody can see anything. They know that that's what happened
That's how
here
it
with
went
this
down,
situation, right? And he goes, okay, fine. I'll come back for that reduced rate. So he came back, and now here we are. The offensive line stinks. They're just not good at all. But I'll say this. You're blind if you don't see some other problems. The Steelers' offensive line's awful, but the playbook is insanely limited because of the limitations of Roethlisberger. There's nothing where he boots and throws. There's no rollout. There's nothing designed for him to throw on the run because they're not allowed to because they can't because he can't do it. And there's no threat of the deep middle throw, even the middle throw. He can't make it. And he can't throw out of a non-clean pocket. He can't do that either. So it limits your playbook. That said, my solution is this. You give Ben till the bye week. You give Ben 3 more games, and then you make a decision. And where he rests and where your organization rests, then that's where you go ahead and you make a decision. They won't do it. Because they're not allowed to make Ben realize an uncomfortable moment. They need to allow him to always be in charge. But I don't understand, if you're logically running a business, how that wouldn't be a good business decision.
Here's an analogy. When you're driving somewhere, right? Let's pretend like pre-GPS days, right? You got directions. You're driving someplace, and you realize, oh, damn it, I made a wrong turn. I'm going the wrong way. Do you continue to drive in that direction? Because, well, I owe it to myself. I made a couple nice turns way back when. I really should keep driving in this direction, even though I'm lost.
Plus,
no, you stop and turn around.
And here's the part, Jim, that I don't get. People say, well, you got to let Ben go out on his terms. What exactly? Answer me this for the people that are allowing Ben to go out on his terms, and they beat the drum for that. Going out looking like one of the worst quarterbacks in the league and leading your team to a top 5 pick, okay, but wasting the prime of elite defensive players? How in the hell is that going out on your own terms and a good look for anybody involved?
Well, we had said, remember, I said this right away. There's no way this isn't going to end badly. I mean, how did he want to go out? As a Super Bowl champion?
Yep.
The odds of that happening were slim to begin with, and now, he may not even get a chance to go out losing a playoff game like he did last year. But, I'm still, he did make a really nice deep middle throw yesterday, and Ebron dropped it.
He also threw on right in the breadbasket of a linebacker 4 yards from the scrimmage line.
I know. I asked him, so what'd you see on that play? And I don't know what he saw, but he didn't see the 3 Bengals that were there.
This comes back to a point we talked about a lot at the end of last year. You can't have one good throw per game, and everybody be like, oh, well, see, it's still in there.
I'm sorry. We have dropped the bar so far in this town on what we expect from our quarterback. What every NFL town should expect from their quarterback is a difference maker. They are the most important person in all of sports in a singular position. You should expect greatness from your quarterback.
He should be the reason you win on days when you're otherwise not supposed to win.
Well, hey, look, I'm not giving Ben a pass. I'm not. I mean, like he admitted, it was an awful throw, whatever that was. And then there were other plays yesterday where the offensive line actually gave him time because Cincinnati was only rushing 3 guys. And then even then they kind of got to him at the end.
Well, he said they get paid a lot, though. That's
yes,
what
they
Ben
do.
said after the game.
I know.
They get paid a lot.
Yeah, and he says he still has faith. Tomlin said I just keep coming back to this, and I wrote about this on the website. The Steelers are not going to be able to do anything this year offensively because of the offensive line, and there is no solution. There's no solution to that.
Okay, then why? And again, that's why I give a finite time. Just like I give a finite win total to Tomlin before the year, which I would have done, which I love Art II, done a lot for the community. I think he's a great man. I think he's gutless in this situation. He should have given Mike Tomlin a finite win total, and he said, you hit this or you're terminated. Art II is gutless for not doing
maybe
that.
He did. Not publicly, he's not going to do that.
We'll find out. And I bet what did he do with his contract?
Yeah.
But I think that what they need to do is a finite timetable right now and say, Ben, you have the opportunity in 3 more games. And I know your offensive line is terrible. You need to look better. It looked to me like Ben Roethlisberger aged 15 years and 15 days since the Buffalo game. You need to look better, or you know what? We might go in another direction.
And you know what? Normally, and I understand we're in a knee-jerk business here, and fans are like that too, especially nowadays. And yet, so I want to be the guy that stands up and says, you know what? It's only 3 games. There are 14 games to go.
But it's
going to get worse.
And it's not just 3 games, Jim. That's the thing. You can look at Ben and go back through his last 10 games
now.
Yes,
through the end of last season, of course.
And it's been this way. It's been exactly what we saw yesterday. Regardless of whether it was David DeCastro out there or Trey Turner out there or Marquise Pouncey or J.C. Hassenauer, it doesn't matter. It's been Ben for the last 10 games.
Like Aaron Rodgers can't waste prime years. He had a terrible first game. What's he done the last 8 quarters? He said, that's an outlier. Forget it. Let's go. Where does anybody see this kindling of it's going to turn around with Ben from an individual standpoint?
Nothing there.
I don't. But, again, it does start with the line. But Ben needs to be better when he has a chance. And then when he does throw an accurate ball, catch the damn thing. I mean, yesterday was just a circus of just bad plays by the offense, just everybody. And you asked the question earlier, did anybody have a good game?
No.
And to your point, even Boswell, he missed a field goal.
To your point, Colin,
Christian Kuntz had a good game.
Oh, yeah.
He was on point. You're right.
If they're 2-4 or 1-5 at the bye, I mean, look, we can see right now this is not a playoff team. But if they are 2-4 or 1-5 at the bye, then they're certainly not. It's written in the numbers. And you say to Ben Roethlisberger, listen, Ben, it's not happening, bud. That's not you riding off into the sunset. That's a forest fire on the horizon that you're riding off into.
We got to find out if Mitch Keller can pitch or not. We're out of it. So I mean,
I know you're serious though.
If they can block, suit him up.
The numbers of all 3 of these quarterbacks, quarterback rating-wise, are alarmingly similar over each of their last 10 games. You know what you have now in 39-year-old Ben Roethlisberger. He cannot get it done behind this offensive line. Then fine. Let's throw Rudolph and Haskins to the Wolves. Hell, have them alternate snaps for all I care. Throw them out there and see what you got.
Honest to goodness, if Patrick Mahomes had these guys in front of him, I don't know what he'd be able to do. Lamar Jackson, Kyler Murray, any of those guys. I just don't. They'd be better.
No, Lamar Jackson's offensive line, we talked about it in weeks 1 and 2, was terrible to start the year. He still willed his way to a victory over the Chiefs last weekend. He still dragged his team kicking and screaming out of an upset loss at Detroit yesterday.
Right. I mean, he finds a way, Jim. No matter what you say, he finds a way, and he keeps finding a way.
I can't believe there's any line in the league this.
Okay. Well, then the flip side of this too is.
And I'm not sticking up for Ben, by the way.
No, I know you're not. In a mode of self-preservation, why does Ben Roethlisberger want to keep getting into that big pickup truck he's driving now and go down 65 and pull into South Water Street and go to practice and then go to the games? Why does he want to keep doing this internally?
I think he feels a genuine obligation to the organization, and I don't think that's lip service from him when he talks about everything it means to be a Steeler like he did yesterday and how you don't quit, you don't give up. But here's the thing. If you feel that sense of obligation to the organization, you also have to know when to step aside, and we may be at that point.
And they've done it to a lot of other people. They told Troy Polamalu to hit the bricks. They just told David DeCastro, sorry, but we don't need you anymore.
And we're not going to pay you.
Right. Correct. They've done it to a lot of people. I don't know why there's this sense of reverence for Ben when he put Art's father in one of the biggest jams that man has ever been put in his life as Steeler owner. He put him in a bad way.
And that's
a real bad way.
And that's what I mean. I think he still feels a sense of obligation to this organization, but his sense of obligation needs to tell him, hey, I don't have it anymore. I need to step aside for the betterment of the organization so they can start to figure out what the hell they have behind me, if anything.
And you know what they're going to do? They're going to rip off 3 straight wins. We're going to be right back at it. But
what did Rob and what we actually if they lose the rest of their games, Rob should come on and host an hour with us.
Rob should come in anyway.
It would not stun me. It just would not stun me.
If they won 3 in a row?
Yeah.
I would be absolutely flabbergasted.
Here's the thing. Like, I understand what you mean because you never know what the hell's going to happen week to week in the NFL.
See, now
but
you do with these guys.
That's the thing. Like, I know, we know. That's the problem with this team, this entire team, especially the offense. Everybody knows exactly what they're going to see at 1 o'clock every Sunday.
They're so predictable. They are absolutely predictable.